Good evening, dear televiewers of Equinoxe Television. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast. We are broadcasting right here from our headquarters in the economic capital city, Douala. First, our major stories. Why is the head of state mute over the recent massacre that occurred in Egbeko village that is in Mamfe, southwest region? Cameroonians are worried over the very loud silence of President Paul Biya following the massacre at Egbeko village that is in the southwest region. Today, we'll be bringing to you the views of some political actors in this edition of the 6 p.m. news. And worldwide condemnations continues on the brutal killing of civilians in Mamfe Manyu division. Professor Maurice Kamto of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement political party blames the government for not taking concrete measures to end the war and also the bloodshed in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. And away from what happened in Egbeko village, we'll equally tell you about drivers on today's edition of the news. We'll also inform you about a staged protest demonstration by trade unionists of driving schools in Douala. They staged a protest demonstration to say no to what they consider as irregularities in that sector. Those are major stories. Stay with us for details and more. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for choosing Equinoxe Television. I am Immaculate Fogwe. The loud silence of President Paul Biya over catastrophic events and natural incidents in Cameroon describes a president who cares less about the well-being of citizens in his country. This is a view of a political leader who says Cameroon deserves a more loving and concerned president. He was speaking in this report compiled by Fomi Armstrong Sander.
It is an open secret that President Paul Biya louds in silence. He hardly talks. However, his silence over the recent natural catastrophes and human killings in Cameroon is shocking to many.
Recent issues in Bankulu, the killings in Babanki, the killings in Bamenda, killings in Buya, and the recent ones that just occurred in Mamfe that even coincided with his 41 wasted years in power. We saw a president that was very relaxed in his palace with a wife.
President Njang Dennis of the Popular Action PAP party says President Paul Biya cares less about the well-being of Cameroonians. He has reasons to conclude that the President of the Republic of Cameroon is more preoccupied with his image out of Cameroon.
On the contrary, Mr. Biya is always very quick creating solidarity support to issues affecting other countries, especially Europe. Mr. Biya has never had any interest of Cameroonians at heart.
He calls on Cameroonians to stand up for change, arguing that Cameroon deserves a more loving and concerned president than Paul Biya.
There are instances where head of state cancel their visits just because a single citizen is caught up with a situation, an unfortunate situation. They have to address it. But in our country, you see more than 25 people massacre in Mamfe. President Biya rather took all his time and was celebrating his 41 wasted years of rulership in Cameroon with a wife. That is the height of provocation and wickedness.
Taking the most recent incident like that of Gozang, Buya, Bamenda, Mbankulu and now Mamfe, a direct condolence message from the President of the Republic is still being awaited. In most cases, the condolence messages from the President have only been conveyed by his close collaborators.
On the same vein, the president of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement political party, Professor Maurice Kamto, has challenged the government of Cameroon to bring an end to the war in the southwest and northwest regions. Professor Maurice Kamto was reacting from the killings at Egbeko village. It should be noted that the Minister of Communication has blamed the attack on the Mamfe Unity warriors. We have details with Smart Chikan Gabriel.
With the death toll of the Mamfe massacre reported to have increased, reactions continue to fill the social media platforms after the Egbeko new layout incident. Government spokesperson Emmanuel Renesadi, in a media release, blamed the attack on a separatist group known as Manyu Unity Warriors, which is affiliated to the Ambazonian Defense Force. For Emmanuel Renesadi, A total of 25 persons died as a result of the attack. 19 men, 5 women, and 1 child of age 8 years. Emmanuel Renessa says the government has already launched investigation to track down the suspects. Professor Maurice Kamto on his Facebook page said for 7 years now, people with selfish ambitions have been sacrificing innocent people of the Northwest and Southwest on the altar. He was shocked that after the incident, no action was taken, but instead, everyone was concerned with the celebration of the 41st anniversary of the president in office. Professor Maurice Kamto once again reiterated that the Anglophone crisis can be solved by force. Cabral Libi, on his part, says he supports the forces of law and order because they are the only ones who can bring to an end the horror in the Southwest and Northwest regions. In a media release signed by the mayor of Mamfe, Ashu Tabenchong Robertson, he has urged the international community to help in bringing lasting peace to the crisis in the Southwest and Northwest regions. In the media release, Mayor Ashu said some people who were badly touched are now at the regional hospital annex in Boya.
And now we talk something else. We take you to Bamenda, precisely in the Jimafo community, which is in shock following the news of the death of a Catholic missionary, Brother Cyprian Gare. He was stabbed to death by unknown men last night. Reports say Brother Cyprian was traveling to Damukong Street and his brother and a laboratory alongside his brother and a laboratory technician. After dropping both of them, he was later attacked. According to an eyewitness who arrived to the scene after the attack, he explains that his windscreen got shattered and that he was stabbed directly on his chest. And Brother Cyprian gave up the ghost while receiving medical attention at the Bingo Annex Hospital. Investigations have been launched to track down the perpetrators. And away from Bamenda, we take you to the Southwest region, precisely in Jan Division, where the people of that area are sending distress calls to the Yaoundé administration over the difficulties they are facing to move in and out of that part of the Southwest region. On and offshore, insecurity is a major threat faced by the people. Babla Jonathan has the details.
Traveling to the Indian Division in the southwest region of Cameroon has become a risky and dangerous journey because of insecurity on land and the bad state of the road linking Indian Division and the rest of the southwest region. The sea is almost the only option for many travelers.
Traveling by land now is practically impossible due to the bad nature. Bad is understatement. It is practically not possible because of the socio-political instability, the chances of being kidnapped, or you never reach your destination.
Even at sea, piracy is another problem. Pirates assault travelers and transporters.
We've lost a lot of engine when this crisis broke out. The time that we started this transportation, we were being harassed by militants. They call them sea pirates. We've lost almost about 9 to 10 engines along the Edina mountain by waterways. Then we have the boats. The boats are almost about 8 boats that we've lost.
The risk of maritime accidents makes traveling to the Indian Division a dangerous and uncertain journey. Travelers are sometimes caught in very dangerous situations.
It is risky, yes, but we don't have a choice. Presently, in the water, there is no guarantee because, for example, today we had a breakdown, which was petrol issue. There is no way to go and buy petrol. We were just floating on top of the water, very risky, that anything can happen. But we managed and saw another boat that rescued us, gave us 4 liters of petrol. We have decided to anchor in a certain creek just to make sure we look for petrol.
While the people of the Indian Division are asking for good roads, speedboat transporters want security and defense forces to step up security measures at sea.
From the southwest region, we now move over to the Lithura region, where promoters of driving schools grouped under the National Trade Union of Driving School Promoters have begun a strike action today, Wednesday, across the national territory. In Douala, the trade union has staged a strike action in front of the Lithura Regional Delegation of Transport, saying no to special examinations for the issuance of driver's license and no to the slashing of training sessions from 8 to 4 months. Innocent Aze is the man on that story.
The members of the National Trade Union of Driving School Promoters protested in front of the Lithura Regional Delegation of Transport before they were dispersed by security elements.
The Ministry of Transport, by organizing special sessions completely out of what the law stipulates. What does the law say? That a driving test should be organized when the number of candidates is more than 40. However, if in a region or in a division, for a particular reason, the number cannot reach 40, then they will be organizing a special session. Nowadays, special sessions are organized, and unfortunately, rather than having less than 40, they are having 100, 200 candidates. Those candidates, which would have registered normally through the normal channel in driving schools and permit us to leave, are instead using surely abnormal means to get their licenses without being well trained.
They later reassembled for an urgent consultation at the headquarters of the syndicate.
Concerning the number of sessions per year, we are moving from 8 sessions to 4, which is quite small. 4 sessions, it means that in a driving school I will have up to 6 months to train somebody. How do I train somebody technically well when I have to give him 20 hours of practical in 6 months? It means the person comes today, goes and waits for 1 week before coming again. So it's a serious hindrance to the valorization of our driving license. Our driving license should have value throughout the world.
The strike is not supported by another party, the National Trade Union of Driving School Teachers.
Hello.
We invite the driving school promoters to be confident and trust in the Ministry of Transport, because we are aware of the fact that the slashing of the training period from 8 to 4 months brings a lot of burden. But this shall be fixed.
8 à 4 qui fâche, n'est-ce pas? C'est un syndicat du secteur de la formation.
Even at this, the driving school promoters announced they will continue the strike action until the Minister of Transport listens to them. At press time, their activities have been grounded across the national territory.
Now we talk something else. Road users in the city of Douala continue to express worries over the deplorable state of most roads. They laid emphasis on the double Bonendali stretch of road in the Douala 4 municipality. According to them, 2 years ago, rehabilitation works began on the stretch but were later abandoned. Our reporter A.C. Luciliango visited the Bonendali stretch and other neighborhoods in the city of Douala, and she now reports on the state of these roads.
Moving from Dogbo to Bonendale in the Douala 4 subdivision is a tedious task for road users. The stretch, which is completely degraded, according to the road users, has been neglected by the authorities for over 5 years. The worst section of the road is the abattoir runabout, known as Carrefour Abattoir.
Les gens se noient tous les matins et soirs, du retour comme à l'entrée. Within a location, within a locality where you have government secondary school, government bilingual high school, government bilingual technical school, Bonaberi, all is situated here. You have the 6 houses, you have the international fishing school, all linking towards this way, no road. The community, they are really suffering.
Locals say bike riders and their passengers usually tumble in the pool of water. Visiting the garage has become a daily routine for the drivers.
On porte la voiture, on tombe dans les mares d'eau comme ça. Arranger la voiture, on n'a même plus l'argent pour arranger. On ne sait même pas s'il faut vivre dans ce pays ou s'il faut mourir une fois.
2 years ago, there was a project to rehabilitate the road. But since then, it has been from one maintenance work to another.
From time to time, they used to send workers to come and work here. So, and then the way they are even doing the job is not even effective. Of recent, they sent one company like that who came and tried to see how they can construct the work. Most of the paved, because we were told that they were going to put paved right from right to Bonamatumbe. But unfortunately, they even started it. We thought it was something that is going to be effective. But unfortunately, they just abandoned everything.
Transportation fare has increased from 200 francs to 500 francs and even more. The disturbing fact is that the road links Bonamatumbe, Bonendale, Petit Paris, Petit Bonanjo, Sergio Polo neighborhood. The population of these villages say they are tired. They call on the intervention of the government.
Out of Cameroon, airstrikes kills at least 14 civilians, including children, in Mali, precisely in a locality known as Kidal on Tuesday. Meanwhile, South Africa's International Reaction and Cooperation Minister Grace Naledi Mandisa Pado calls for a ceasefire in Israel. A roundup of these stories with our reporter, Mala Glory.
Permanent Strategic Framework CSP, an alliance of predominantly Tuareg armed groups, announced in a press release that at least 14 civilians, including 8 children, were killed by airstrikes by the Malian army. No reaction has so far been received from the Malian army authorities. However, the army indicated on social media on Saturday that it had neutralized the day before a certain number of targets which were preparing operations inside the camp recently evacuated by the United Nations mission. And elsewhere, November 7 marked exactly 1 month since Hamas militants stormed across the Gaza border in the deadliest attack in Israel's history, killing over 1,400 people, mostly civilian, and kidnapping 239 others, while over 10,000 people have been killed in Gaza, 14% being children. In order to limit these killings and also to put an end to the war, South Africa International Relations and Cooperation Minister has called for a ceasefire in the Gaza as she addressed the National Assembly on Tuesday.
This cannot be tolerated. This brutality should not be accepted. We must call for a ceasefire now as honorable members of the House of South Africa.
During her address to members of parliament in Israel's war with Hamas, the officials also rebutted accusation of alleged bias in favor of Hamas. The minister during the meeting also called for the International Criminal Court to hold Israel accountable for violation of international criminal law as it pursues its ground on offensive and airstrike on Gaza.
Malaglari reporting there. Now from international page, we now move to sports as 3 players have been invited by the coach of the national men's football team to be part of the training camp for the FIFA World Cup qualifiers scheduled for this month. Junior Baptiste Chamande, Leon Bell and Faris Pemi Mumka will be wearing the colours of Cameroon at the senior level for the first time. In the following report, Smajikan Gabriel presents these 3 newcomers.
19-year-old Junior Baptiste Chamande, who plays right back for EFL Championship side Stoke City, has made 4 appearances for Stoke City this football season. Before his move to Stoke City, Junior Baptiste Chamande had played with Charlton Athletics and Colchester United, where he made a total of 82 appearances. It is the first time he will be putting on the green, red, yellow colors of Cameroon. Junior Baptiste Chamande was the youngest player of the EFL in 2022-2023 football season. Another newcomer to the squad of Rigobert Song is 27-year-old left back or left midfielder. Leon Bell was born in Germany but a Cameroonian and has played all of his life in Germany for clubs like FC Kaiserslautern, FSV Frankfurt and Mainz 05 before joining his current club FC Magdeburg, which is on spot number 13 in the second tier of Bundesliga. Though it will be Bell's maiden call-up into the senior men's football team, Leon Bell has once played for Cameroon's under-23 side in 2017. Another new face is that of Faris Pemi Mugbanya. After playing with the under-17 and under-20 national football teams, respectively, the 23-year-old has graduated into the senior men's football team, already on 15 goals in the league with Bodo Glimt. That tops the Norwegian League Elite Serien with 24 points. Faris Pemi Mugbagna is the club's 3rd top scorer of the current season running. The arrival of Junior Baptiste Chamande makes it a total of 8 players with double nationality who have chosen to play with Cameroon after the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations
And it is on that report done by Smart Jikan Gable that we draw down our curtains of today's edition of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your keen attention. See you tomorrow, same time, God willing.